Part 1 and Part 2 are in the description below. Now let's continue on with Part 3. Just as a note before I go any further, I did want to relabel these connections that I pulled off of this terminal. And while I was working, I bumped this resistor and the solder connection just fell off. Okay, so the second terminal block here I've ganged together with this third one here. I'll take all of the twos and install them on these two and then continue on. I'll be right back. In part 1 of this series, I emphasized the fact that you needed to document and take pictures of everything. When I put in the second bus here to try to eliminate 6 wires in one lug, when I started putting everything back together again, I ran into a problem. The two electrolytics that I pulled out, one was labeled 2 and 3, the other one was labeled 2 and 3. If you take a look at the schematic, right here, that is C16 and C15. These two are in series, not in parallel. I don't know if this was something that happened from another technician or if I mislabeled it wrong. But in order to correct it and resolve the problem, it took me almost an entire day to draw out and to go back and forth between the schematic and the unit in order to figure out where these two caps should be located at. So now that I have the new caps in and the new solder terminals in, I need to go ahead and check out the power supply. I'm hooked up to B plus here, and B plus should be somewhere around 200 volts. Hooking through my Variac, I'm going to slowly bring this up and we'll see what happens. at 230, 240, 250. Tube should start warming up and that voltage should start dropping now. There we go. My input is 80 volts AC. I'm at 100 volts AC. I'm at 120 volts AC. Now my B plus reading is 240 volts. That seems a little bit high.
Again, a soft knock. I invite you in. My heart abounds with praise and joy. Your passion for me makes me fall at your feet. Your Holy Spirit fills me afresh, bound forever by the... Visit a Native American village where go on a whale or bear watching trip and return back to your very own place at the end of the day. Find out more about the Alaska Wilderness Experience at alaskasbestlodge.com. That's alaskasbestlodge.com. I am a big supporter of the Second Amendment, whether for hunting, sport, personal protection. I also believe in being a responsible gun owner, and that's...
And I'm at 235 volts. I do have audio. It doesn't sound bad. It sounds a little distorted, but I still have a lot of old paper caps in here. So let's go ahead and continue on checking out resistors and replacing capacitors. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to use some super glue and see if I can't repair this faceplate. Yeah, it's too bad I don't have this broken piece here, but you can't see it once the dial is on. I am going to go ahead and try to see if I can't repair this section, or at least strengthen it up. Well, as you can see, we've got all the components replaced that we need to replace. I've got the dial cover on with the new light bulbs. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a fuse block to this unit, and I think I'm going to put it right about there, because the line cord is coming in here. I can break one line and attach it. So what I need to do is I need to mark the center hole here and drill it. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to cut this line coming in, the AC line. We'll strip back a portion of the insulation. And I will tin both of these wires. Okay, the next thing I have to do is I have to figure out what value of fuse to put in here. Normally I would look at the wattage that is labeled on the unit, but there's nothing in the manual or on the unit itself telling me what the wattage is. So I'm going to hook up an amp meter in series with this, and we'll see if we can read the value of current as this thing goes up in voltage off of my Variac. Okay, I'm at 20 volts AC. I'm at 40 volts AC. I'm at 60 volts AC. I'm at 80 volts AC. I'm at 100 volts AC. I'm at 120 right now. I'm reading 0.423 amps. So it looks like possibly a half amp fuse would do it. I think what I'll do is I will turn the Variac off. I'll let it cool down here for a second, and then we'll turn it back on at the full 120 volts as opposed to slowly ramping it up. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Yep, it jumped over 5. It's possible that a half amp slow blow might work, but I think what I'll do is I'll put a 3/4 amp in there. Okay, here's a box of 3/4 amp fuses. We'll go ahead and put one of them in. And we'll give it a try. Okay. Let's label this. Join me next time for the chassis cleaning and the AM alignment. If you found this video useful or entertaining, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to click on the bell icon to be notified of upcoming videos. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching.